Hello, welcome to the next um, deconstruction video. So basically, in this next deconstruction video, we'll be going um, to do the track called AboveBelow. So a bit of a background on this track. So basically, in 2024, I went to play AboveBelow festival, which happens in the beautiful Chiltern Hills in UK. Okay, it happens in around June, so I was lucky enough to have good weather as well. So yeah, it was really nice vibe. For some reason, the festival did not happen this year, and I don't think it will happen next year. At least there's no news yet, but yeah, I'm sure there's a valid reason for that. I hope it can continue because it was a very nice and well organized festival, and the vibe was amazing. And I think after I played there, I felt like I had to create something that resonated with me from the experience and the people and the energy and all the music I heard in the festival. So yeah, that's the background. So this track is released actually on my label Submersive Underground. Okay. Yeah, it's the second actually release. It's called Sonic Transmissions EP. It's the B2 track, and I think you can still get it. No, here it's out of stock, but I'm sure there are some shops that have it. And yeah, if you prefer digital, you can always go to my Bandcamp and buy it from there. So let's get to it. So let me just check my settings really quickly. Yes, okay, perfect. And this should be recording as well. Good. So let's start. So we have a kick here. Nothing really fancy. I have a drum bass on it. I put up some, because you can hear without the drum bass it sounds very low, and I gave it a bit of punch by putting the drive here up and the crunch, which gives it a really nice like popping sound. Perfect. So there's a nice bass going on here as well. Let's hear it. It's actually from this ARP plugin. Okay. So there's really no automation on this, just a single note, and it has an arpeggiator going on within the plugin. Okay. So let's continue hearing. Oopsie. There's some hi-hats introduced. Very simple. Let's hear. And we have the bass line that is introduced, okay, which is being coming from the sound is coming from the Jupiter basically. So yeah, very nice and deep sound, okay, and very simple notes, a C and an A, a C and an A, you know, up down, up down, up down. You can actually sing it as well. Okay, let's see what other sounds are introduced here. Okay, some more hi-hats and the low tom, okay, sound. And let's hear what else comes in. I'm gonna put these down a bit so it's easier to manage, even for you guys to see the whole track, like the whole sounds next to each other, it will be easier. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna put them up here. So here we have introduced from the CS80 a nice lead, a very dreamy, melancholy lead, okay? And I'm just using 4 notes, A, C, G, E, okay? All white notes. And then here I have this vocal with a lot of delay on it here, you can see, okay, and a reverb, and there is another sound which is like an effect I'm using from the CS80, and you can hear it like this. Nothing really crazy going on there, just background noises which fill up the gaps of the track, okay? And here we have a small break. So let's hear the break, like a very small break there, so it then continues to build up, okay? Let's hear it. We introduced some sounds from the 707 sample pack. Okay, we have a delay here and an echo. Let's hear it without them. Okay, so yeah, that sounds perfect. And let's continue hearing it. What is happening here is there's a bit of an automation going on the filter, so you can hear it going up and down. I'm sorry guys if you hear my dog, but we just got a small puppy and he wants to get out of his training cage. So I'm gonna continue doing this and then I'm gonna play with him, but yeah. So let's continue. So after this small intro here, as you can see what I did, I introduced more sounds continuing on the other one we have, on the other lead basically. So here we're making this, the track sound more emotional, okay, sounding more melancholy. We're creating more deep understanding, deep feeling with the listener. We want him to go on a journey, right? So these notes, this is what the main purpose for them is, okay? It's starting down, up, down, and keeps going up. So let's continue hearing. There's nothing here, let's see. Okay, so what we included here is also a breakbeat sample. Okay, and let's hear it on its own. And we are making it complement our drums. In a way, you're kind of creating your own like vibe with the drums, right? But yeah, it helps. And also here, what I did is I copied all these and I did an octave. I copied them and I did the same notes an octave up, an octave higher, so it sounds higher and gives it more power basically. So let's hear it. Okay, so this part of the track is actually very important. Why? So in this part here, there is like a more emotional feeling going on, okay? And after the break, I want the listener to continue on the journey that we started, right, from the beginning. So this very small change here in the bass line, which was introduced in the first part of the track, I'm going to introduce it again, and you can hear it, the change of direction it gives. Let's hear this part again, okay? So we have the break, and then you can feel it. Try to feel the change of direction here. This is something that makes that makes a production sound more professional, okay, in my opinion, these small changes. So let's hear it. As you can hear, it's like, yeah, let's go again, you know, let's go to continue the journey, and it's gonna keep on building now. Yeah, we introduced a nice ride there, continue filling up the track, and we introduced back in the same notes basically. Perfect. So we introduced another sound from the diva here, and we put an arpeggiator on it. So again, we are only using A notes here, okay? There's a bit of a pattern going on in here in those notes, okay? Some of them are smaller, some of them is bigger, and yeah, you have also notes here upstairs. Sorry, not upstairs. An octave higher, we have a G and an A. And let's hear it on its own. Let's see how that sounds. So this is without the arp. Doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't make sense for this track, right? These make much more sense with the arpeggiator on, because then it complements this bass line as well, and this bass line, and everything else. When you hear it, it just makes sense, okay? And again, nothing crazy, we are using the same notes here, okay? We're just being creative within different sounds, and this is what you need to learn as well. You don't need to go crazy with notes, you just need to be creative with what you have. If you're using 2, 3 or 4 maximum notes, you can try to be and limit yourself to be more creative in with those 4 notes, or I don't don't know, with those 4 sounds. And yeah, I feel that the more limited you are, the better, the more creative you are, basically. So yeah, let's hear the rest of the track. My break here. So just something I noticed here as well, what I did is I just copied these and put them a higher octave, so they sound fuller and more powerful. So there's a more higher frequencies there, okay? This is how it sounds without the additional notes. And these very small changes affect the mood of the listener, okay? That's something you need to keep in mind. So after the break, we're going back in to the last part of the track. Yeah, the bass line was actually, the filter of the cutoff of the bass line was actually opened, okay? Here it's closed again with just a bit of automation. Okay, so in the last part of the track, I could have gone 2 different ways, but I decided that we need like to end it on a more emotional feeling rather than keeping it clean, okay? For DJs it will be easier, but yeah, any good DJ will still make it work. So here we could have left it like this. It just continues with the bass line and ends like this, okay? But I decided that I would prefer it to include those notes again that I included back in the break, basically. Okay. Just put them an octave down and some automation here on the bass line, which is going down slowly for the bass. The hi-hat here stopped, and then basically the last part of the track. Here we have the cutoff going up, so it's like makes it like that small change that, hey, this is the final part of the track. And yeah, basically, yeah, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed this track deconstruction. I'm really enjoying making these tracks. These are like 140 BPM, so although it doesn't sound like this because there's like the emotional part of it, yeah, I played this one in a couple of times in a club setting, and yeah, it was received very well. Created some nice vibes. So okay, thank you everyone for your support, and I'll catch you in the next deconstruction video. Thank you guys. Cheers.